Who could forget what happened here May 18th, 2024? Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight title. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Tyson Fury. He is a whopping 206 centimeters tall with a reach of 216. And across the ring from him, MARCiANO. He's only 5 foot 10 inches tall with a reach of 68 inches.
I'll always go for reach every time over anything. If you've got reach, touch with speed, nobody's going to touch you. But someone that can get in close, that has the power to get up close and personal and break those ribs, get those shots into the body, you've got to look out for that.
Tyson Fury, this multi-time heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Manchester, England. He'll beat you down and then sing to you afterwards. The Rock, MARCiANO, the Brockton Brawler himself, one of the greatest fighters of all time. A sparkling record and one of the best to ever do it.
Look at this, these fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is a Hall of Fame legend from Brockton, Massachusetts, a Ring Magazine world champion, and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Brockton blockbuster, MARCiANO.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. MARCiANO with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. That left hook missed. Nice stop, but that won't score. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
And that hook scores. Nice hook. I like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Here we go, it's round 2. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? The straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
This is a high-octane battle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. There's the bell for round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover now.
Oh my God, Johnny! And Tyson Fury just got clipped. The big fella might be in big trouble. Thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
That jab misses. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. He's got to find a way to get around that reach advantage.
You've got long arms and you're the bigger fighter. You've got to keep him out there because you're not good at fighting up close and personal. Very, very good fighters can do that. Very, very good big fighters can do that. But use the chest, use the reach, and use that undershot power.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Well, we're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Throw a shot, they get countered. Good counter punching. Let's talk about fury in that last round. That was almost a 10-8. Here we go to the 4th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man.
If you're standing in front of a dumper truck and you're trying to punch it back, push it back, the dumper truck is probably going to roll right over you.
Both men step back for just a moment. These two are the perfect dance partners.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. No rest for the weary. The jab doesn't quite connect. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that. Time for the 5th round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. And that left hook doesn't find its target. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Missing with the hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punch, counter punch. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that. On to the 6th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes so as to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
You'd like to see more jabs. Holding nothing back here in the round. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. How about that shot. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious. And there's the bell to start round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. Throws the jab, but does not score. Beautiful counter shot. Left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Failing to score with that right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominant.
Round 8, and we're off again. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
That left hook missed. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He scores with that right uppercut. Jab does not score. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot guess that.
And there's the bell for round 9. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. Well done with that counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice exchange here from both men. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about fury in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. And here comes the 10th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Can't find a home for that jab. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That counter shot lands. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Tyson Fury just got rocked. Do you believe this? Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Let's start 11. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
What are they doing that, man? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Stamina is off the charts. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work. And there's the bell to start round 12. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Catch and shoot. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that lap. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Can't score with that hook again. Tyson Fury just got buzzed. His eyes don't look good. Body language is bad. He could go down. They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that. And there's the bell to start the round. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what he's got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Beautiful counter punch. A lot of effort being exerted here. MARCiANO was supposed to be the one knocking this guy out. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out. So here we are, the final round of the fight. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know...
Down goes Fury! One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
One, two, three, four, five. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Let him look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Those final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.